right, let's jump right in. Today we're talking about something really cool, a new way to think about health called the Neural-biopsychosocial model. And honestly, the best way to picture it is like a puzzle, the puzzle of you.
I mean, have you ever had that feeling like something's just off with your health, but you can't put your finger on it? You go through the usual checklists, but it feels like a crucial piece is just missing. Well, that's exactly the gap this new model is trying to fill. So, that leads us right into our first big idea here, getting a complete picture of our health. It's about looking past the obvious stuff and really digging into the whole web of things that make us who we are. And this is it, the Neural-biopsychosocial model. Yeah, it's a mouthful, so let's just call it the NBPS model. It was developed by Dr. David L. Priede, and the core idea is integration. It basically says, hey, you can't just look at one thing in isolation. To really get what's going on with a person, you have to see how everything connects. I'm talking everything from your brainwaves to your friendships.
And that quote just nails it, right? It's like trying to build a puzzle. You can't understand the whole picture by just staring at one single piece. You need every single one, the corners, the edges, all the little bits in the middle, to see what you're really looking at.
So, you might be wondering, is this idea totally new? Well, yes and no. It's actually a brilliant evolution of an older model. It takes a solid foundation and adds one super important, game-changing new piece to the puzzle.
So, rewind to 1977. A guy named Dr. George Engel comes out with the biopsychosocial model, and it was revolutionary for its time. It looked at biology, psychology, and social factors. Fast forward to today, and the NBPS model takes that great idea and gives it a massive upgrade by adding the neural piece. And trust me, that one little word changes everything.
But why is adding neural such a big deal? Well, think about how much we've learned about the brain in the last few decades. It's incredible. We now realize the brain isn't just another puzzle piece. It's more like the table you build the puzzle on. It's the central command, the master regulator that connects our body, our thoughts, and our social lives. Putting it front and center gives us a way deeper, way more accurate picture of health.
Okay, so we get why the brain is so crucial. Now, let's actually break down the four big pieces of this puzzle. These are the core influences you have to look at to get that full picture of well-being.
So here are the big four. You've got neurological, that's the brain and nervous system. Then biological, your genes, your body. Psychological, your mind, thoughts, and feelings. And finally, social, your relationships and your environment. Let's do a quick dive into each one.
All right, first, neurological. We've kind of touched on this, but it's the command center. The brain isn't just for solving math problems, right? It runs the whole show. How you react to stress, how you feel, how you interact with people. It's the glue holding it all together.
Next up, biological. This is the stuff we usually think of when we talk about health, you know, your DNA, any injuries you've had, but it's also about what's around you. Do you have access to good food, clean air? It's not just what's inside you, it's what you put into you, too.
Then there's the psychological piece. This is your mind, basically, your thoughts, your emotions, your habits. And the key thing to get here is that this isn't some separate, fuzzy concept. It's real. Being chronically stressed or lonely isn't just in your head. It can literally affect your body, messing with your immune system or blood pressure.
And last but definitely not least, we have the social piece. No one is an island, right? This is about your community, your relationships, your job, big life events, your support network, or lack of one. All of this has a huge, direct impact on your physical and mental health.
Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, but what does it look like in practice? Let's check out a real-world case study to see how powerful this model can be when you put it into action.
So we're going to look at the case of a 35-year-old military veteran dealing with post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD. This is a perfect example because, as you can imagine, PTSD touches every single corner of a person's life.
And this is where you really see the magic of the NBPS model. Instead of throwing one solution at the problem, they tackled it from all four angles. Neurologically, they used something called neurofeedback to help retrain the brain's activity. Biologically, they zeroed in on something fundamental, getting better sleep. Psychologically, they used classic cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, to build new coping skills. And for the social piece, they brought in family therapy and support groups. You see, it's a complete 360-degree approach.
And the results? Well, they were incredible. We're talking regulated brain activity, which led to more energy and focus. The patient developed real practical coping skills. Communication with family improved, and the bottom line, a major reduction in PTSD symptoms. Why? Because they didn't just treat the symptom, they treated the whole person.
That's just one person, but it shows you the potential, right? So let's zoom out. What does this mean for the future of healthcare in general? Well, this isn't just a small tweak, it's a fundamental shift in how we think about well-being.
The big takeaway here is that we're moving away from a whack-a-mole approach to health, just treating whatever symptom pops up. Instead, we're moving toward a future where we look at the whole person in the entire context of their life and treat them accordingly.
And this quote really says it all. Humans are complex, so our healthcare has to be too. The future isn't about a one-size-fits-all pill. It's about smart, personalized, and integrated care that understands that our brain, body, mind, and social world are all part of the same incredible system.
So, I'll leave you with this question to think about. Knowing that your health is this intricate, interconnected puzzle, what piece of your puzzle might need a little more of your attention right now? It's a powerful thing to ask yourself.